Hey y'all, I hope this video finds you well. Today I'm going to show you how to do the herringbone double crochet stitch. And I used the bulky yarn just for the tutorial purposes, but you can use any type of yarn that you want. And I used I think an 8mm crochet hook. Now the herringbone stitch has a slight tilt to it, so all of the stitches look like they're leaning a little bit, which makes it really neat, very textured, perfect for crocheted scarves, blankets, afghans, baby blankets, any of those things. Okay, so this is a really easy stitch to learn. Just follow along with the screen mostly, and I'll walk you through some of all of the steps to get this completed. So go ahead and make yourself a slip knot, following along with the screen there, and place that slip knot on your crochet hook. Okay, and again, I think I used the 8mm crochet hook because I use a super bulky six bulky yarn. But you want to just coordinate the hook with the yarn that you're using. Start by making yourself a foundation chain, and your foundation chain can be in any number. I'm going to do 10 just so I can show you how to do it. But if you're going to make a blanket, then you'll want to make it as long as you need your blanket to be. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And I'm assuming you know how to do a chain stitch. If you do not, please either slow the video down or check out my channel. I have instructions on how to do a chain stitch. Okay, so in your second stitch from the hook, I think I did the third stitch from the hook, you're going to yarn over and then place your crochet hook through the stitch, pull through your loop, pull through a loop, there you go. You'll have 3 loops on your crochet hook. Do you see that? Okay, you're going to go ahead and pull through the top loop, yarn over, pull through again your top loop, yarn over again, and then pull through both of your loops. Now it seems confusing, but it's absolutely not. Just follow along. I'm going to show you a lot of times in this tutorial, okay? Yarn over into the next stitch. You're going to do the same thing. Insert your crochet hook, pull through your loop. You'll have 3 loops on your crochet hook. Do not yarn over. You're going to just pull your crochet hook through that top loop. See, just like that. You'll have 2 loops left. Now you'll yarn over, pull through your top loop, yarn over, and then pull through your bottom 2 loops. You'll notice that your crochet stitches are going to have a nice little tilt to them. Okay, again, I'll show you again. See there, you have 3 loops on your crochet hook. You're going to want to yarn over, but do not. That would make a double crochet stitch, and we're doing something different. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Okay. I'm going to show you one more time here. Okay, now that was a little sped up, but I wanted you to see how it kind of flows when you're working. So again, yarn over through your next stitch, pull through. So now if your yarn doesn't naturally go, it doesn't flow, and if you're new to crocheting, it doesn't always flow this way, you want to just make sure that you place that yarn onto your hook so that it looks like this. Okay, pull through. You'll have 3 loops on your crochet hook. Do not yarn over. You're going to pull through that first loop, and now remember, if it's pulling all the way through, just give it a little pinch to the top part of the loop that's on your hook so that it doesn't, all of them don't slide off, and you'll see what I'm talking about when you start working it. Okay, I'm going to show you a few more times, guys, because I feel like once this is really, that's it, this is the stitch, but I want to make sure you get it. Okay, see, and if I would have yarned over again, then I'm about to do a double crochet stitch, and that's not what we're doing. Okay, see there, yarn over again, and then yarn over a 3rd time. This really starts to become a habit after like the first 10 or 11 stitches. You'll really get into your groove, and it's really easy to work. But initially, I promise you, if you're used to doing double crochet stitches, you're going to want to do a double crochet stitch, and this is not that. Okay, 3 loops, pull through the first, yarn over, pull through again, yarn over, pull through the bottom 2. See that? And it's going to start to tilt. You're going to see that pattern start to develop. And it's really neat how that happens. Now, the one thing I will say about this herringbone stitch is it doesn't work in a round. So for whatever reason, you have to use, this has to be worked for a project that's going to be flat. Again, like a baby blanket, a scarf, an afghan, something like that, okay? All right, when you get to the very last stitch, just like I did there, this is what it will look like. Of course, if you're doing a project, it would be quite a bit longer. Go ahead and chain 2, turn your work, which just means flip it over so that you're working the other way. Yarn over, and you're going to do your herringbone stitches all over again. Now that first chain of 2, I count that as my first stitch, so I'll go into the next stitch over, and that's how I'm going to do my next row. And you see how it all slipped off? That's what I was trying to show you. If it slips off like that, just make sure you pinch the loops that are on your hook so they don't all slide off. Now that does happen. And especially when you're working with a chunky yarn, or you get, you know, really comfortable, you don't pay attention, but it's not a big deal. Okay, and that's it, you guys. This is one of the funnest, easiest stitches. It's right up there with like the cloud stitch or the lemon peel stitch. It's really, once you get the groove of it, it really works up easily and nicely. So right here, I'm just showing you again, once you get to the tail end there, the very end of the row, just make sure you can see that stitch, and you want to make sure you go ahead and put a herringbone stitch there right at the very end. That's important to make sure all of your rows stay even. So anytime you're doing a project, you want to count your stitches in the very beginning and throughout the project to make sure that it stays balanced. Okay, so that's what it's looking like. So really quickly though, before I get off, I wanted to just show you what it looks like if you use a lighter weight yarn. I had a viewer ask me about making a blanket, and she had a 4-weight yarn. So I'm in the process of making another project, but I wanted to jump on and show her what it would look like if you did a lighter weight yarn. So this is a 4-weight red heart yarn, and I used a 5mm crochet hook. So it turns out really pretty. I like it in that bulky 6 bulky yarn, but it looks really good too in the lighter weight yarn. Okay, so this is the herringbone double crochet stitch. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down in my comment section down below, and I will see you all in my next video. God bless. Goodbye.